It's just week and a half out now, innit, from the fight?
Yeah, feeling good. Yeah, well, feeling good for about a year now, but it's good to finally have a fight. Really good fight. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's obviously been a while since your last fight at Cage Warriors. How's that time off been for you?
It's been too long. Yeah, it's been too long. It's just, yeah, it's been a pain. It's been good because I've been able to work on it, get through injuries and that, so feeling the best I've felt in a long time. I haven't had this long off from a fight since I've started MMA, I don't think. So
Yeah,
ready to go.
yeah, you've had a couple of cancelled fights, haven't you, because of COVID?
Yeah, I think, yeah,
Was
well,
it Jack
yeah,
McGuire, or was that? Am I thinking of? Was that before the Chris Sterling fight?
yeah. Now Maguire was after the fight, and that got cancelled. Literally, I think it was possibly the week of. Then I was matched again for another show. Then the opponent changed a few times, and unfortunately, that one didn't go ahead either. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's good. Good
nightmare
to
at the
fight.
minute, like in it. Yeah. What were your first thoughts then when you found out you were fighting Lewis Scott? That you were buzzing like to get back in.
Yeah, definitely buzzing to get back in. He's definitely an opponent which wakes me up in the morning. You know what I mean? He's got a good name. He's got a good record. It's a fight that really interests me. So
Yeah.
it's definitely one which makes training a lot easier.
Do you like having someone then? Like, do you want to have like an exciting opponent to like someone to think about when you're in the gym, when you're training, to get you that extra bit of motivation, or is that not something you need?
Yeah, it's definitely like I've always done better against the guys I probably shouldn't do better against. You know, what I mean, the guys with the names, they're the ones which make me perform at my best. Still, ones I take for granted, the ones that I don't quite hear of, and that
Yeah,
the ones which prove trickier. But it's the fights with the good fighters like Lewis, sorry, that gets me up in the morning and wants me to get in there.
yeah. How do you feel about him then coming into it? Where do you think he's a bigger threat to you on your feet, or on sorry him on the feet or on the ground? Because I see he's got finishes by submission and by with striking as well.
Yeah. He's oh well, obviously he's called Lightning, so he's quick. I know he's quick. He's got that Muay Thai background. He's going to be good at a stand up and that. But I'll stand there with him. It don't bother me. I'll go wherever the fight goes. I'll take the path of least resistance, and see where it takes me. But it's good to have that striking expert. Going from my last fight was a BJJ expert. It's good to
Yeah,
go from new waters.
you're not bothered then where it goes on the ground, on the feet. You just
Now, as
wherever.
long as it's a good fight, that's all that matters. Yeah, and, he's got some good highlights and that, so I think it should be a good fight.
Yeah. How do you feel about being the underdog coming into it? Does that bother you at all, or you're not first?
Um, I'm the underdog. We're always underdogs at LD fighters. It's we always take that. There's no point taking an easy fight, is there? You know what I mean? I don't want to take somebody that's got more losses than wins. It's always good to have a challenge. You
Yeah,
got you challenge yourself.
like you're saying, give you that extra bit of motivation in your fight camp and stuff.
Yeah. Like I said, it makes it a lot easier to get up in the morning when you got a good opponent. I feel
Yeah.
less pressure, especially being an underdog as well. Pretty much all my fights, I think I've been an underdog. So
Have you been doing any specific
they've got my.
training? Sorry, go on.
I was just saying, yeah, they've always been the underdog, but I've won a fair few.
Yeah.
So amateur, sorry.
Yeah. Have you done any specific training in your camp for him, like breaking down any of his fights? Or
No, nothing specific. I don't. I constantly need to work on everything in MMA. I know he's a stand-up guy, but I'm still working my grappling. Obviously, I work on everything I can. The only thing different is training. We can only do what we can do at the moment with the rules and that. So doing a lot of road work and that. Doing what I can in my own time. That's just been the biggest challenge. I think is finding the legal ways to train.
have they been affecting you then, the COVID rules?
No, it's just been a pain. You know what I mean?
What are less
Yeah,
guys in the gym?
yeah, less guys in the gym. Obviously, like with pros fighting, we can legally do that with contracts and that. But with I haven't had as many training partners as I used to since doing this camp, but I'm still feeling good.
Yeah. I've heard some people saying they like it with it being a bit quieter and stuff. Do you prefer it during normal
Yeah.
times then?
Yeah, I miss the good old times when they had like 20 people on the mats or more. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it was good for the variety, but I think
yeah.
we're slowly getting
Are you any of your amateur career? Is there any sort of what was the highlights of your amateur career? Anything you sort of stuck out to you?
there. Well, winning a lightweight title and golden ticket was a big moment. That was one of my highlights, and also fighting Scott Pedersen at Cage Warriors was my last amateur fight. That was probably my biggest win that I've done. Way that I've done it.
Yeah,
You know, he's a top dog, and he still is. And yeah, those are my two favorite fights.
that golden ticket one. That was the Ashley Walters fight, was it? I think yeah,
Yeah,
Ashley Walters.
yeah, Ashley Walters, yeah,
I was
good
gonna say that's
fighter.
got to be one of your most dominant performances, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely showed off my wrestling in that fight, and then yeah, that fight went perfect. To be honest,
Yeah,
couldn't fault it. Game plan fell together, and yeah, pulled it off nicely.
yeah. I'm interested in how you got started in the sport.
To be honest, I was doing a bit of security work and that, and you know, just getting money in. Had to do a bit of security, still doing it now, but just had to broaden my mind a bit, get that experience. You know that you can go learn all these other like martial arts and that. I did a little bit of like Krav Maga, but it was just too fake. You know, like you can't beat MMA for realism. You know,
Yeah,
getting people actually trying to hit you, submit you. You got everything that you need to learn. And yeah, that's what originally got me into it. And to be honest, I didn't expect to start fighting, but as soon as you get that bug, I, you know, or
yeah.
why not give it a go, see what happens. Yeah, and it's going all right so far. Here we are.
So you hooked after a few sessions, then like
Yeah, I think I did it for about 2 months before I had I stepped in for a K1 fight on a show.
yeah,
Went up to watch some mates fight, get used to the atmosphere and stuff. Then they had somebody not show up for a fight, so they were asking about, and I was looking at my coach. I don't think he thought it was I was quite ready for it at the moment, but I insisted, and
yeah,
luckily got to do it. I lost the decision, but I went the distance. You know, with a guy that had been training K1. I didn't even know the rules, to be honest. Like K1, I knew what MMA was, but I didn't know what K1 was. Like,
hit and don't get hit.
yeah, that was it. That's what I thought. If I just keep, and then you can't hit me as much. So that was my plan for that fight.
Yeah, was that quite late notice? Like you said, you stepped in for someone.
Sorry, was that?
Was that quite late notice if you stepped in for someone?
Yeah, it was like 45 minutes notice.
All right. Oh, that very, very late notice then.
I'm okay. Dave Matthews, he always says, bring a kit with you just in case. You never know what's going to happen on these shows.
Yeah. So it was always the more like self-defense aspect that like got you into it in the first place.
Yeah, originally, yeah, like, you know, like all lads have had their scraps and that when they're drunk, but, you know, it's like a different thing doing it sober and that. Like, it doesn't matter how many street fights you've had and that, but, you know, it's good to proper train with people. Like, you know, you go into the gym, you see all these guys, you're like, oh, yeah, I should be able to out strength for them or, you know, beat them. Then all of a sudden you're getting messed up by a little 15-year-old which knows like jiu-jitsu or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's crazy. I think a lot of people's minds learning.
What did you reckon to the grappling and the jiu-jitsu when you first started that?
I couldn't understand it. You know, I was a lot bigger than what I was now, and I'm there like rest people like, you know, probably my weight now. I started off, I was about 80 kilograms.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm fighting at bantamweight now. When I started there, I was like, I thought strength was the be all and end all, but you know that soon humbles you. Jiu-jitsu does.
Yeah. What's the cut like from bantamweight for you then? Because you used to fight at lightweight, didn't you?
Yeah, I actually fought lightweight, like amateur. I never cut at all for that. In fact, I was eating to make that. You know, it's all new this weight cutting for me and that. But I'm 32 years old, but I'm still losing weight. All right, the cut's going good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm always confident in my weight. My coach will say that like cutting weight's not a problem. It's just making sure you're doing it properly and rehydrating is the main thing.
Yeah. Was there anything that made you decide to want to move down to the weight class and start cutting weight? Or
Oh yeah, the first time I did it, I did it so easy. It's like I don't know. Part of me thought I could do flyweight, and I thought about it, and I was like, nah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
I'm getting older. I'll probably go up to featherweight if it ever comes to it, in a few years' time and that. But let's get a few more at bantamweight before my
yeah,
metabolism slows and see what happens.
yeah. Now, what's your training camp looking like now? Then, obviously not far out from it. Are you winding down quite a bit, or
Yeah, winding down, but always getting those 5 minute rounds in every time I can. It's a lot of fit. It's less like impact. Don't want to get any cuts or injuries, So starting to wean off this week, I guess, and yeah, play it safe, keep the cut going, try not to waste too much energy.
do you do a
Get
lot
there
of
in the
heavy
back.
sparring normally during your camps?
Yeah, we've been doing a lot. At least like past few weeks and that. But now it's getting closer. I can't risk it now. But I'm
Yeah,
feeling good. I don't really feel like I need to do too much heavy sparring. I've done it before. I've had a bunch of fights now. I know what it's like to get punched and throw a punch. It's more just that muscle memory working on, making sure I've got the right tools in the bag.
what did you reckon to that Max Holloway thing before? I was saying you don't need to like spar and stuff. It's just don't need to do that damage.
I do think there's something in that. It's like Cerrone was going on about it as well, and that it definitely has its place. You don't want to get too you don't want to take it for granted, like not doing it, because you soon get a shock when you forget what it's like to get punched in the face if you haven't fought for a while.
Mm.
But yeah, I think there's a fine line, between doing it too much and not enough. But yeah, I think I've done enough like for this fight camp to get in the cage and feel confident.
Yeah. How's it working with the COVID rules next week? And then is there a bubble you've got to go into? How does all that work? Do you know?
I'm still waiting to hear about these sort of bits and bobs. I'll take it. I'm going to have to do a test on that. Make sure I am clear. I'm pretty clued up. I'm actually working on a test site at the moment, so I know
Yeah,
how it all goes. It'll be a
I've been
problem to
doing
get.
loads
I'm
of them
just waiting.
tests recently.
Yeah,
The
pain,
rapid
aren't
ones,
they? But
especially like up your nose and your mouth and all that. Like,
yeah, that's it. Yeah, we've been giving them out all afternoon today. But yeah, it won't be a problem for me to get hold of them, and now I'm just waiting to get the instructions through next and go from there. Either way, it's not a problem.
yeah. Do you normally train? You said you work at security. Do you normally train after work and stuff as well?
Well, these last 2 days been finishing like late in the evening, but I'm off the rest of the week now. So the rest of this week it's trains on. Then
Yeah,
I train like trying to train twice a day when I can. Train most evenings when I'm off, as well as doing the family thing. It's fitting it all in, but it's going to be worth it.
what's that like then? Trying to balance work and training normally. Do you find that all right?
It is a nightmare. Like you got to get to work while you can in this time at the moment. But yeah, it's going good. It's I had to turn down a bunch of shifts to make sure I train more. But
Yeah,
yeah, don't bother me. There's always going to be extra hours there after the fight.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, buzzing for next weekend. Then do you get nervous normally, or is it just excitement?
Yeah, I think like usually I find about 3-4 weeks out I get nervous, but then the closer I get, the more confident I get. And when it comes to the walkout, I'm feeling good. I feel confident when I'm getting the walkout. It's weird. It's usually that 3 week mark. I start
Yeah,
getting a little bit nervous. I don't know why, that bits of doubt, but it
I'd
soon
have thought it'd be the
disappears.
other way around.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
So would
surely,
I.
like you're
Like,
confident, then you start getting nervous when you like get closer to it.
I think it's like the fact you're getting closer is like right, got to do it now. I'm not going to
Yeah,
walk away from this. Got to do it. But
yeah,
yeah, it's weird. I get more confident the closer I get.
yeah. How do you see it going next weekend then? If you got to make a prediction,
Yeah, well, I know I've got heavy hands, so I can see this going in a number of ways. Prepared to go the distance, but I'll look for that finish. Honestly, I don't know whether it could be like KO or sub, but I'll prepare to go the distance. And I know he's got cardio for days on the feet, so that's what I'm planning for. Plan for the worst case scenario. That's a grueling war in the cage. 5 minutes, 3 5s. That's what I'm preparing for. If I get a
yeah.
finish, that's a bonus.
I see a lot of the time, a
Yeah,
lot of you fighters you often start out quick, and I think people
yeah,
expect you to gas, but you never do.
Yeah, I do. That is one of my best attributes. I think it's my gas tank usually. So we'll see how it goes this time with all this time off.
Yeah,
But I've been doing so much road work and stuff. I'm confident in my tank. It's
do you work
yeah,
on your cardio a
it's
lot?
definitely one of my strengths. I have been a lot more lately since lockdown. I do run anyway, leading up to all my other fights and stuff. But yeah, it's just something that I think I've naturally got. I don't know whether I've got good cardio or whether I'm just like I always say, like I think I'm just ignorant and listening to my brain. I just ignore those signals that's telling me I'm tired. I just try and
Yeah.
ignore them, you know.
Yeah, just
Yeah, I think it's more ignorant than good cardio.
yeah. Your body try to tell you you're tired, you're just like not listening to it, and you're like, yeah, fine.
Yeah, it's just a message. You know, I ignore that like I do my phone.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to seeing you fight next weekend, mate. Think you'll
No,
be a good
thanks.
scrap, like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good.
I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, I appreciate you giving us a shout. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, if there's any sponsor or anything you want to shout out, go for it, bud.
Uh, yeah, shout out to my Oppo, Perineal Network, Louis Laser Tattoos. Those are my three sponsors at the moment. It's good to, I've never been good at getting dealing with that side of the MMA scene. All the social media and stuff is all new to me, but
Yeah,
the guys, they stuck by me. They've helped me a lot. I can't thank them enough. And obviously, big shout out to all the guys at LD Fighters and Dave Matthews. They've taught me everything I know. And without them, I wouldn't be doing this now.
yeah. All right. Cheers, man. Appreciate you coming on.